Today I thought I'd kind of do a how-to video. It may not be useful to you experienced folks, but for you people just starting out or thinking about doing this, one of the big things that comes up is how do I stay clean on the road? Especially in the summer, you're going to be in hot, sticky areas, and you're going to have to deal with figuring out how to shower in some form. Man, there's a bunch of different ways to do that, just depending on what type of lifestyle that you're leading and where you happen to be at the moment. And if you're going to be traveling very much away from whatever you call home, wherever you call home, then it's helpful to know all of these because you never know which one will be valuable to you depending on where you are. The first one is going to be truck stops. Not my favorite. Now granted, these are nice. They generally provide you towels. A lot of them provide soap, and every shampoo and everything you need is in there. And they're going to run you $8 or $10, to run in there and use one. And if you've not had a shower in a few days, you're going to be anywhere near me, pay the $8, man, or woman. We don't want stinky campers around. But the reason it's not my favorite is simply it's expensive. If you were doing that every day, it would cost you $300 a month to stop and take showers, which would dent the old budget. So in a pinch, it works great, depending on where you are. And if you have a little time, because you may end up in a line, usually you go in, you buy a ticket, they'll call you by your name or your number when it's time. So you may have a little time to kill in between, walk around and shop, nibble, it may be 30 minutes, it may be an hour before your time comes up. One nice advantage to it is you pretty much spend as much time in there as you want to. You really don't have to rush, so you can have a nice, hot 10-minute shower and, shave and do whatever else that you women, whatever the hell those women do in there. One thing to keep in mind though, since this is a truck stop, and a lot of these truck stops, they'll have little lounge areas with televisions and a place to relax a little bit. If it's completely empty, to me, it's all right to be in there, but again, it's a truck stop, and most of the people in there are truck drivers, and they are working. So if you have one or two of these people in there trying to lounge and unwind a little bit and watch whatever's on the TV, my personal philosophy or etiquette for camping is, man, leave them alone, because they're trying to earn a living. They're out working, Anybody that's out working when I'm out relaxing, they come first. It's that simple. Your second oddball place to keep in mind is going to be laundromats, which may sound odd if you've never done it before. And in the area I'm in the east, at least in my neck of the woods, laundromats that I ever had to use back in the day when I was younger and kind of poor, they didn't have shower facilities. But you will run into some from time to time. They're not very well advertised, but I've run into that more in the west when you get into Arizona, Utah, those kinds of places. And I've run into nice ones in Utah in the middle of nowhere in some town that I swear I think only had 50 people. They had a really nice laundromat and 3 or 4 shower stalls, and it was coin operated. I think it was maybe $2 for like an 8-minute shower or something, and it was quite nice. And if you've been out roughing it for a few days and doing a lot of hiking and what have you, it's nice. To the other end of that spectrum, you can get into some places I know that are more touristy, and again, it may be worth it. Definitely is if you're going to be near other people, and you're stinky. But courtside in places, I think they're like $7 and $8 in some of their little store / camping store / laundromat / shower place. I think that's a bit on the high side, but they're in business to make money, so be it. In a pinch, again, that works. So just some things to file away because these aren't things you're going to be doing all the time. Number 3, good old wet wipes. There are a bunch of these things you can use. I use them in a pinch sometimes. Even if I've had a shower during the day, if I'm somewhere hot and muggy, I'm going to jerk one of these out of the pack, rub it across my face and my big old head, under the armpits, and wash my feet. And you know, it works. It works, and it saves water. Those will get you by. I think everybody should carry some in some form, and I've used expensive things that cost $1 or $2 a piece, that just because they're a little bit bigger and they are kind of nicer, but I don't think they're really worth the extra money. Quite honestly, to have a giant man-size wet wipe, use 2 regular ones. It's about the same size, and it's going to save you a bunch of money. So just little packs of things wherever you can get them, be it, you know, a Dollar General or a Family Dollar or Walmart or whatever you're in. Pick up a pack for a couple bucks and have them with you. A lot of these are used for baby wipes and, you know, kind of the same things. You can get big old buckets of these things. Personally, we just buy a couple of packs. There's like 20 in each pack for a couple bucks, and throw them in each vehicle, and we always have them around when we need them. Number 4 is going to be a gym membership. If you're going to be in cities, you're a city dweller, you're going to be traveling a lot of the interstates, and you're going to be running, you know, where you can jump off the interstate and go to these different gyms, it's a great deal. $20 or so a month at Planet Fitness. There's some other chains out there that offer it. You just kind of have to look at the maps and see where their locations are and see which ones are going to work for you. It doesn't work for me all the time because I am out in some more remote areas. If you're going to be hanging out in New Mexico, which is a pretty sparse state, you're only going to have a couple of locations. Unless you get around Albuquerque and Santa Fe, pretty big areas, you're not going to run into these. They're not going to do you any good. So if you're in the more remote areas, then you have to come up with more creative solutions if you're not driving an RV that has a nice built-in shower. I have solutions, whether you're in an SUV or a minivan or whatever, that can build you a shower. It'll cost you $30 or less to put this thing together. It will work for basically any vehicle. There's some more elaborate solutions, but I like simple, I like quick, I like inexpensive, and I just like things I can count on. And what I'm going to show you how to make in an upcoming video is going to cover all of those bases. The next thing you can do, assuming you have a faucet that has the little screw on and off aerator, is another system that you can have to be able to take a full hot shower. Again, it's going to cost you about $30 in parts. I'm going to do a video on that also. And I have used both of these. I have this pump-up shower system that we use in the minivan. We've gone coast to coast with this thing. I can use about a gallon of water. I can actually get by with less than that and have a nice shower that's going to last 3-4 minutes done right. The girl you've seen in some of the videos, you know, she has hair, and hair takes a little more. So if you're a lady with longer hair, you can still do this well and do it with about a gallon and a half of water. It's not very expensive, and it feels really, really good. There's just something about doing this stuff outdoors when you have just a little bit of a breeze that's just the way nature intended. And in the bigger van that you see us travel in sometimes, the white van, which I'm in now, it had every option imaginable except the built-in shower option, which is why I had to add this shower setup to it. While it even has a hot water heater, hot water tank, it did not have the shower. So I'm going to show you how to add this again to anything that has any type of little aerator faucet set up, and make it easy for you guys and gals to be able to do this stuff. If you have any other ideals, things that you do and use, put it down in the comments, share it with other people if you have something that you think is really going to work well. So I hope you guys have a great day or evening wherever you're watching this from, and we'll see you next time.